Porter School. Now, Larna, you told me you went to school here 1 year?
1 year.
Okay. When was that?
Hey.
1928.
28. Clyde says 28.
They didn't have curtains, but this was a cloakroom. The window wasn't up that high, but this was a cloakroom where we went in of a morning and went in there and put our coats and galoshes, whatever we were wearing, went in there. Remember that, Clyde?
I don't remember that window, and there was an opening right here,
That's what I said, that window wasn't that high.
and there was a door right here, or a place for a door. We'd crawl under the building and come out on the other end.
Oh, you crawled under it.
Yeah.
Why did you crawl out and come out on the other end?
We boys,
Who were you running from?
no, ourselves, I guess.
But yeah,
That
the
don't-
door, I don't even know if there was one, because we went in, Clyde,
Yeah.
and went right in here and put our coats and things. The building was over it, farther than this, over Clyde.
Oh, you burned it?
The building was over closer to that.
Herman burned it.
About what that pole was that, maybe.
Yeah.
Herman, do you remember the school?
We burned it. I was one of them that burned it.
Where'd you bury it? Here? Just
Yeah.
dug a hole
We
there?
sat down far and buried it right there in the back. But it set over this way more.
Exactly.
So you think it was to the left of the pole there?
No, it was about where that pole's at.
Yeah.
Wasn't it, Lorna?
Just about where that pole was. And then our little play area was right in here, and the boys had to go up in there and get the switches. Remember that?
No, Clyde don't never remember.
Oh.
I remember being the janitor here. In the wintertime, you got a nickel extra for building a fire. And in the summertime, you got 10 cents for sweeping the floor.
Right.
Clyde, did you go to school here?
8 years.
8 years?
Had the same teacher
Who
on.
was it? Was it Kathleen?
I graduated from the University of Porter Creek.
And it was Kathleen was the teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And we had a porter for a teacher.
Kathleen Porter, and that's Tracy's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did Sam teach there years ago, Clyde?
What?
Didn't Sam Porter teach here years ago?
Now that's before my time. I don't know. I've heard that.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
But see, where that building is sitting, now we had a sliding board. Now that part of that pie supper helped. Well, no, it wasn't that pie supper. We raised. They raised money. I can't say we, but the parents raised money, and they bought a sliding board. And Kathleen was the first to go down, and she got stuck. She was too big, and they had to pull her down.
Our baseball field was right there.
Really?
Yeah, it belonged to Herman, but he let us play on it.
Yeah. Well, now there was a wooden bridge here,
right there.
and there was a lot of times there was more water in that, but there was a wooden bridge here we walked over, and let me show you. We lived right up at the top of the hill there. There was a house right up there, and Ann and Annie Parish lived there. And I walked over that hill, and Pop and my dad, there was a fence there. And Pop and my dad made a little stand that I could get over to come to school every morning and go back of the evening. So we never had contact with Sam and them. I did not know they were kin to us.
Is that right?
Had no idea.
And Sam
Remember that, Clyde?
Wint are brothers.
You all didn't have contact with them either.
Yeah.
You did?
Yes.
We didn't.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Sure didn't.
Wow.
You know, there was some
I didn't know that.
lot of controversy there.
Well, that
Wow.
explains something, because when I was a little girl, I used to listen to every single word my granny would talk about Evie, and she would talk about everybody. I knew everything about everybody. I never heard my granny mention Sam Porter's name ever when I was a little girl. And I would have remembered it, because I remembered every story my granny ever, I hung on her every word. I never
All news
heard,
to me.
I never heard the word Sam.
I didn't know Sam was kin to us. Had no idea who that man was. Now, I knew Vivian and her sister, but I didn't know them. But also, going back through there, well, the school was here. Okay, going back through there, there was a road, and all the kids from back there, the Hendersons, who else?
Yeah.
Yes,
There's a
road
county
kid.
road goes through.
They all walked,
It ain't no more.
but they all walked to school of a morning.
Where was the road?
Right straight up that hole.
It'd have to be right
Right there
there.
Just a wagon.
Over on the right side of the house? Or the left side of the house?
It would be on the right.
There used to be a barn set over, Sam's barn set over.
John Paul, does the road not go up there anymore?
No, I think the road cut it shit off.
Did they cut it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids out on, what do you call that out there?
Henderson Ridge.
Henderson Ridge out in there?
Yeah, it comes out on Leatherwood.
Yeah.
Comes around Henderson,
They come to Leatherwood?
comes around Henderson Ridge and comes down where Annie Parish store.
They got part of it shut off.
Well, you know, you had the school daddies. You remember Tracy Porter could pull votes out no matter where. That's where that's the reason this guy come here. That's the reason this guy come here.
The school daddy?
Uh-huh.
So you remember having a school daddy?
No, I don't.
This is Watt Hillman. You remember him?
Cemetery in the
Is
back.
that Watt Hillman?
Jim Hillman's dad. Norton's
What do you
dad.
think of that road? Right there.
Now, I don't know if that's Kathleen or not.
Oh,
Well, that's Kathleen.
yeah, I think that's on down there.
That's Kathleen.
Wint's right next door.
It is.
Side of the
That's
church.
Norton Hillman's dad. Watt Hillman.
Oh, okay.
It was his school teacher?
No, he was a state senator.
That picture.
He's a politician.
He ran the quarry at Lawton, didn't he? One of them.
Yeah.
John Mack.
He used to have church up there in the mine.
Visited
School
each
daddy.
place that
He might have been a Methodist preacher. I'm not sure.
People got mad.
I'll beat you
I may be in this one.
And he did.
People got mad.
Beulah, and Evelyn Cottle,
Yeah.
Bertha Rowe.
The well for the school was up there in your dad's yard. They came out here and we didn't have no water. And the county drilled a well up there. And we still didn't have no water.
Oh, I know, I can remember a well where we pumped
Had a
it.
hand pump on it. There wasn't much water in it.
The women make pies. And
Larna made a pie and she wanted all of her boyfriends to bid on it.
Whoever won got to eat it with you.
Right. You remember those days.
Oh, I just heard about it.
Did that pie go for a lot of money, Larna?
I don't know. Well, back then, 25 cents was a lot of money.
Okay.
We raised enough one year, we went to Cincinnati Zoo,
Really?
around in the back end of a cattle truck with a tarp over it. And you remember that?
Hey, guess what? Have
And
you seen the
then
picture?
one year,
There's a picture of it, Clyde. Did you know there's a picture of it? Of
what?
that truck and all you kids in the back of it? It's out at Little Man's. He's got a book with that picture in it. And it says Kathleen Porter took her class to the zoo in the back of that pickup truck, and it's got a picture.
Oh, we need a copy of that.
It's at Little Man's.
I don't know Little Man.
Well, it's on my road.
All right.
He's another cousin.
Oh, Little Man's a cousin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Head Porter
he
drove
was
the
a
truck.
parish.
Okay.
He is a
One
parish,
year-
I mean.
One year we raised enough money to rent a bus from a Freddie bus line in Moorhead, and we went to Renfro Valley. Now, we got lost, got down there, and the driver got drunk, and my brother had to drive the bus back. Was you on that bus?
No.
And this was for Porter School?
Yeah.
She wasn't on it because she was drunk too.
Who was your brother that drove it back?
You mean he wasn't drunk?
I don't know where he was sober or not.
Well, I bet he was drunk too. We made several trips. That's the reason the school daddies helped us. See, Mom and Pop had a house right in there. I'm trying to see if that little thing that was built for me. And then Marlon, he had a trailer right down here, Marlon Porter.
All right.
But
I
there
do
was like
remember
2
that.
trees
Okay.
together. And Pop and Dad built a place so I wouldn't get stuck on that fence. They built a place for me to come up and little steps to come back down. And I went every morning and every evening on that.
Okay.
And I wish it was still there. But now Mom and Pop lived there. The house is gone. There was a garage there. I'm trying to figure out where the road was that you would leave here and go home of the evening.
Went right down in front of your dad's house.
I know, but where was the road?
And there's a little thing built over a fence down there where you didn't have to crawl through the fence. They made a crossover.
Pop and Dad built that.
I don't know. I don't know who did. But we went right down through there.